Howdy ho there, y'all. Well, I don't know if you've noticed, but sometimes I have multiple videos in a row of me wearing the same thing. And I tend to wear pink a lot. Oh, swell. The reason that I don't have wardrobe change sometimes between multiple videos is because I have to video when I have the opportunity. So I may make several videos all in one day, but I only release them once a day so that you'll have something to come back to and visit with us again. So really quick, I wanted to show you, sometime last week, or maybe it was early this week, the dogs decided to run into the cactus. Now, it's possible it could have just been that the cactus deteriorated and it fell. But our dogs have a bad habit of going into that cactus area. So while the decomposition was part of it, I think the dogs kind of helped that process of it actually falling. But we're just going to leave it there. I've thought about moving it a little bit to try to get some of the fresher pads on the ground and make sure it re-roots. I may still do that. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm kind of frustrated because this cactus used to cover basically that entire area between the two windows. But not anymore. Oh well, things keep changing on the homestead. Something I wanted to show y'all real quick is these two jars. Are these two jars? Either way. These two jars have within them cantaloupe seeds. Now you might say, now Simber, that's not just seeds. That has like cantaloupe in there and the juice. Yes, but that is actually intentional. I am of the opinion, much like with tomato seeds, melon seeds germinate a lot better whenever they've been allowed to basically be in the juices and be with some of the meat of the fruit for a time before you rinse them off and then store them. If you think about it, that's what happens in nature. The melon may get partially eaten by an animal, but the remainder of it lays on the ground. And as the melon decomposes with the seeds there touching and being in contact with the juices and the flesh, it activates enzymes whenever those juices can stay in contact with the seeds. Sorry about that jump. I just got bit on the toe by a fire ant. Woohoo! If fire ants are ever proven to be great on arthritis, I should never end up with arthritis. Anyway, back on track. So this is emulating nature, where I'm going to wait for probably a couple of weeks for this to decompose, and the seeds will stay in there, receiving all of those enzymes to activate whatever needs to be activated or deactivate whatever needs to be deactivated. And then I will take this, dump it out, spray it out. I'll probably do it in my kitchen sink because we have a strainer in the kitchen sink to prevent anything from going down the drain. But if you have an opposition to smells in your house, you'll definitely want to do that outside. And then once you've sprayed the seeds down really well, you just let them dry. And once they're completely dry, then you can put them in a container for storage, basically, until the next year. Now, if you're also concerned about stratification or freezing them, making sure they're introduced into freezing weather to once again emulate nature, you can either put them in a freezer for a couple of weeks, or if you're in an area where you get freezing temperatures, just have them be outside in a protected area where they can stay dry and preferably out of the sunlight and rain. And you just let them stay out there for a while, and then you bring them back in until it's time to plant the seeds. Really quick, so this front jar is to the cantaloupe, the small cantaloupe that we originally got from Home Depot. I think it was a Bonnie plant. So it's a non-GMO, and it's the one that I mentioned in a few videos ago where it's the right size for, if you cut it in half, it's a personal snack, right? And you can put ice cream in it or whatever. And then this other jar now in front is actually the descendant of Pecos cantaloupes. It's the The story behind that is my parents took us on a vacation, and we were in Pecos, Texas, and Pecos used to be really famous for their cantaloupes. And so we brought back a few cantaloupes, and then my parents planted the seeds next year. So it's Pecos cantaloupes transplanted to my parents' place, been there for over 20 years, if that tells you anything about my age. Maybe even over 25 years. Anyway, and then they gave us a couple of the cantaloupes a week or two ago. And so now we are going to save those seeds and have them here in East Texas. Alrighty, I think that's all for today. Y'all have a blessed one. Thanks for joining me at Kooker Gehoofd, and I hope to see you again tomorrow. God bless.